How's it going? So that's normal. Spirit wills. I'll use the dice to determine which two zodiacs I'm going to roll in this video. Oh, so we got Virgo, both of them. So either, yeah, I'm going to take this as one big Virgo read. It could end up separating itself into two different Virgos, but right now I see it as one. Been using got the Thoth deck, so I may grab that and reference it because Alistair Crowley does it different. So there it is. I just got it, so I haven't learned it yet, but I want to because I like it. Spirit, ancestors, celestial bodies, and archangels and angels alike. Give me the feelings, the touch, the understanding to know when the cards are right. And there's 3 of them right there. So it looks like somebody's feeling, it's 6 of discs reversed, and in this deck it's success. It's reversed, and then we have the Chariot upright, and then we have the Princess of Cups upright. Alright, so I feel like somebody's lacking success or feeling like they failed or they're haven't achieved what they're looking for. Conceit with wealth and prodigality. So okay, so this is a financial success they were looking for, or some sort of grounded 3D home body finance success, but they're not having it. And it looks like Cancer here with the Chariot. Chariot is definitely a movement, but I like to say this is a movement with a purpose. This isn't like the 6 of Swords where it's a movement to find a solution or get into calm waters. This is a movement with a passion or a purpose. Like somebody figured something out that they want, and they want it big time, and they're moving towards it. We have the Princess of Cups. As I said, I do apologize. I'm learning this deck because it is rather different. So I want to make sure I've got this right here. So it represents, earthly part of water. It's a grounded love, kind of. A young woman, infinitely gracious, all sweetness, voluptuous, gentleness, kindness, romantic and dreamy. This is a very puppy love type. So whether somebody's not feeling victorious or feeling a little, or there was some conceitedness or some kind of, what's that, kind of feeling like they didn't lack success or groundedness or stability, conceitedness and money, whatever it was. That's somebody's moving towards something that they really want. So they're maybe leaving this kind of conceitedness, moving towards somebody who's very loving and unjudgmental. It's like a puppy love even, or a new love, or just a very pure, innocent type of love. Spirit. Okay, there it is. We have the Fool reversed, so somebody's not starting it, but it's not starting. Okay, so they're trying to move to that. They want to move to that, but it ain't starting. Or it's delayed. Or bad timing even. But somebody's wanting to start this new start, or new chance, a new opportunity with this Princess of Cups, with this new found kind of untampered with, unfelt before type of love. It's being halted, stopped. It's not starting, somebody's holding it back. We have Valor. Queen of Wands. Set up next. So, more of this energy comes up. Let's see if we can get some more cards on it. Two of Wands reverse. So this is the Dominion card, but it's reversed. So there's a fuckload of fire right here on this second one. It is all passionate, spirited, and just, whew, a lot of fire. I want to see what he calls it, that valor. I mean, I know what valor means, but I want to know what his feeling for it is. Energy feels itself as at last gasp. Struggles, possible victory, obstacles and difficulties, yet courage to meet them. Obstacles and difficulties, yet courage to meet them. Victory in small things. So somebody's getting some small victories here, or they're at least getting the courage here to do whatever they set out to do on this Chariot, possibly, or maybe even to follow this person. Then we have the Queen of Wands. This is a very passionate, creative, vibrant person. And they are vibrant. They don't play fucking games, but they don't necessarily see much outside of their own passions either. And then, oh, damn it, I shouldn't put this down. Sorry, I'm trying to learn this deck. I really want to learn it because I'm actually very intrigued by it. Okay, but they're following their passions and they're feeling some little victories here and there, but then they're kind of coming into some obstacles here with this passion, and the obstacles they're coming into are meeting them with just as much passion. So it's just like they're trying to take their passions overboard with it and just fucking wipe out everything. But somebody's also passionate and saying nope, kind of giving it a little bit of a block there and not letting it be as easy as this person would have thought. So they're getting little victories, but they're not getting the big victory that they want. And you have the Emperor, Aries. This is somebody who's in complete control of everything. The leader. Somebody who does rule, but they rule in a fair way, in a just way. Since it is upright. This person is trustworthy and they run the show and they do it well. So it's almost as if we have a kind of a push and pull with this Queen of Wands and this Emperor. They're like kind of passions are kind of going back and forth on each other. Like this Queen's trying to almost dominate this Emperor, but this Emperor says, fuck no, this is my empire. You're in my empire. You need to chill out. This is how it is because this is mine. And it could be just talking about their own life, not like necessarily under control of like a business or under control of the world, but when it comes to their own life, they're in control of it. That's their empire, and that's the way they see it. Somebody's trying to dominate that. They feel like they're getting small victories, but they're not getting the big victory that they want. This person's like, okay, you know, I'll give you that, I'll give you that, but I will not give you all of this. Can't really see what kind of read this is just yet. Other than the Chariot moving to this Princess of Cups, you know, very loving kind of new love. That's the only thing that's tipped me off, and it feels like a love reading at that, but it's only 2 of the 8 cards, so I can't even call that a love reading yet. See a lot of Aries, Leo, and Sag. We see Cancer here. Spirit, can we continue this read? Oppression. We have the 10 of Wands. which is typically what people like to say is the burden or letting go of burdens. This could be somebody who's getting out from under an oppressive type energy, unburdening themselves from that oppressive type energy. We have the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who's very sharp tongued, but they tell the truth. They don't lie. They just tell the truth in a very sharp way that could hurt feelings, but it's still the truth. They don't hold back. It's a loving truth, though. It comes from the heart and the mind. A whole lot of major arcanas and just a whole lot of person energies, like energies that usually represent people. Oh shit. That was definitely coming out. The Hermit. There you are, Virgo. You're in your own reading. And then Prince of Wands reversed. That's that user player energy. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people in this. We have a Cancer big time. We have a Princess of Cups. We have a lover, like a loving type person. We have a Queen of Wands. We have over passion. I mean, these could all be multiple facets of one person or multiple, or two people. But right now, I'm calling them out as individuals. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 individuals out of this 12. We have 7 individual energy personalities out of the 12. There's really no telling what the hell this story's about. There's some disappointment here, though. Wow, okay, so let's see. This might actually be 2 different Virgo readings we're reading then instead of one big one. So I'm going to try to read it that way. Alright, we're splitting them. I have to because there's just too many players in on this unless somebody's just highly involved with a lot of people, and if so, then you should just stop that shit now. We did have a disappointment. I don't know who's that supposed to go to. Maybe that's for both. Put it up here. Alright, so on this one Virgo over here, we'll try it. Somebody feels like they lost something. They lost their stability. They're wanting to move towards it. They're wanting to move towards stability. Somebody's, a passionate person, passionate, possibly female, and I do mean sex, female, not energy. Somebody's feeling like they're getting a little bit of wins with this passion they have for this person with passion, yet they're starting to break oppressions and drop burdens and head towards a Queen of Swords, possibly. Somebody who's very highly intelligent, intuitive, and understanding, but they understand through the mind, not necessarily an emotional understanding or a spiritual or spirited or fiery understanding, but they understand in their own ways. And it is mind, so it could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Then we jump over to this Virgo. See somebody who's very loving, very pure, young type of untainted love, but they're not getting a start. There's a false start where it's not starting, or they're afraid to take the risk, to jump into it, or to just give it a shot. But there's no more domination here by the Emperor. There's an Emperor here, so I would say that this domination, getting out from under the domination of an Emperor, who, in all right, should be good. They're very ruling type. They run the show. Because I guess it doesn't mean that they're doing it in a good way. Maybe they're just not the right person for this person. Or maybe they are feeling dominated by this new type of love that they're feeling. This person is in control of everything. And then we have Virgo, the Hermit. So you're doing what you do. Somebody goes inwardly, starts to understand themselves better. And they understand themselves. And then we see the Prince of Wands here, which is a very... So maybe this person threw up an Emperor type vibe. Or they've seen him as the Emperor and felt like they were trying to be dominated by this Emperor. And now after this introspection, they're starting to see... or they're not feeling dominated by this Emperor, but they go in introspection and they're starting to see that this person isn't what they seemed before. But this would have been a better energy what they were before. So this is a mask. Now they're starting to see them. Oh shit, this is a player. This is somebody who doesn't really give a fuck about anybody but themselves, and what their own passions are, and that's what they want, their own passions, and they don't care who or what they hurt to do that. Now we're getting some disappointment here because somebody found that out, or starting to see that and starting to react to that. So now there's a disappointment. Why is the disappointment here? Good. Can you see why this disappointment is here? Oh. Yeah, we're going to get 3 cards of why this disappointment is here. Fuck. Disappointment's here because we have the 9 of Trumps. So this is basically, this is basically the Justice card. But in this card, and this is a Leo card. So this card is basically taken over for the Strength card. But it is 11 in this deck, which is typically Justice, but it's not Libra, it's Leo. It's even got the emblem right here, so I know it's a Leo card. I know it's taken over for Strength. Because sometimes in a lot of decks you'll see 8 and 11 switch, so you'll see Strength and Justice switch. So what happens is they switched in this one, plus, it's named Lust, but it's reversed. So this is somebody, there's a disappointment because Lust probably no longer working, because we go right down here to the 6 of Swords, and in this it's science. So basically this is just, if you think about science, what it's about formulating your ideas, opinions, and testing them and seeing them, and not just jumping with it. It's definitely going through the process of the scientific process here, observation and experiments, and but this is a reverse. So somebody's seeking calmer waters, or they want to be in calmer waters, and they're still in very choppy waters, but they don't want to be there no more. They just can't find a way out of it. Then we have the 3 of Discs here, which is works. So somebody's conjuring a way to get out of it right now. They're figuring it out. They're trying to come up with a strategy. All fueled by this disappointment of what they thought was, and it just isn't. Whether they thought somebody was one way and they're not, whether they thought something was going to go one way and it didn't, whatever it was, it caused a disappointment. And lust, and there's maybe the lust is no longer working in the situation. Somebody's not thinking clearly here, or they're wanting to think more clearly or get out of this issue. So they're thinking in a different way. Maybe not the best of ways, but they're doing it, and they're working up something. They're working up a strategy. So yeah, it looks like there's a whole lot of movement. Somebody's wanting to move towards or away from something. I think towards in this side and away from in this side. And both of them were fueled by disappointment. And dropping lust. Realizing it was all built on lust. Not wanting to be there anymore. And coming up with a way to get the hell out of here. And this way that they're coming up with may not be the most truthful or well thought out way. But it is a way. Alright. Crazy, crazy times, Virgo. This is Uranus Divinity, and I hope this helped. So I'd say the moral of the story is if it's you trying to move on, keep doing what you're doing. Try to be a little more honest with how you're doing it. Don't just fuck people over if you can. If it's the only way to get it done, and you know that if you stick around, you're not going to be happy, so they're not going to be happy. It's, do it, but try to do it in a better, fashion, but maybe not be so underhanded, or even a liar's approach, or just bolting, because the approach that you're coming up with seems like it's not going to be, seems like it got to be handled a little bit better. But hey, this is your life, you make your own choices. So, as always, don't forget, especially Virgo, I'm telling you this should be something that you guys just handle. But anyway, self-reflection and unconditional love. Peace. This is Uranus.